Have you ever found yourself lying in bed next to someone you deeply love, yet feeling miles apart when it comes to intimacy? If you're a woman in your 50s, or if you love one, you've probably noticed how desire can quietly slip away, even when the love remains strong. It's confusing, frustrating, and often leaves both partners wondering, what happened to us? The truth is, this shift is far more common than you might think. And here's the good news. It doesn't mean your relationship is broken or that the spark is gone forever. In fact, understanding why this happens is the first step toward reclaiming that connection. Today, we're going to explore the real reasons women in their 50s often lose interest in intimacy, even when they're still deeply in love. These aren't just excuses or vague theories. They're science-backed, relatable explanations that will help you see this phase of life in a whole new light. Let's start with the first and perhaps most overlooked reason: hormonal changes. 1. Hormonal changes, the silent shift. When we talk about menopause, most people think of hot flashes and mood swing, but what rarely gets discussed is how plummeting estrogen and testosterone levels can turn a woman's relationship with her own body and with intimacy upside down. Estrogen isn't just about fertility, it's the hormone that keeps vaginal tissues elastic, lubricated, and sensitive. When levels drop, many women experience discomfort or even pain during sex. Imagine trying to feel desire when your body associates intimacy with discomfort. It's like expecting someone to crave a food that always gives them indigestion. Then there's testosterone. Yes, women have it too. It's the hormone that fuels libido, and after 50, its levels can drop by half. This isn't about not trying hard enough, it's biology. The body's internal desire thermostat gets turned down, and no amount of romance or guilt tripping can override that. But here's what can help: open communication with your partner about what feels different, exploring solutions like vaginal moisturizers, lubricants, or even hormone therapy under a doctor's guidance, reframing intimacy beyond just intercourse. More on that later. 2. The mental load, when stress kills desire. Now, let's talk about something that doesn't get enough attention: the invisible weight of the mental load. By your 50s, you've likely spent decades juggling careers, kids, aging parents, household chores, and emotional labor. That constant mental to-do list doesn't just vanish when you hit the bedroom. Think about it. How can you shift into a sensual mindset when your brain is still running through tomorrow's grocery list, worrying about your parents' doctor's appointment, or stressing over a work project? For many women, arousal starts in the mind, and if the mind is exhausted, the body won't follow. This isn't about not loving your partner, it's about being human. The antidote? Shared responsibility. If one person carries most of the mental load, resentment builds. Sit down together and redistribute tasks. Transition ritual, a 10-minute walk, a warm bath, or even deep breathing can help shift gears from caregiver mode to lover mode. Scheduling intimacy. It might sound unromantic, but setting aside time removes the pressure of spontaneity when energy is low. Now that we've covered hormonal changes and the mental load, you're already seeing how complex and normal this transition is. But we're just getting started. In the next part, we'll dive into 2 more critical factors: body image struggles and relationship dynamic. Because here's the truth: your desire isn't gone forever. It's just waiting for the right conditions to flourish again. And together, we'll uncover how to create those conditions. Now that we've talked about how hormones and mental load can dim desire, let's address something equally powerful but rarely discussed out loud: the mirror. Because for many women in their 50s, the body they see reflected back doesn't match how young they still feel inside. And that disconnect, it can quietly steal the joy from intimacy. 3. Body image. When you don't recognize yourself, there's a cruel irony to aging. Just when you've finally gained the confidence that comes with life experience, your body starts changing in ways that can make you feel like a stranger in your own skin. The weight shifts, the wrinkles deepen, the skin softens in places it used to be firm. And here's what happens next: you start avoiding intimacy, not because you don't want connection, but because you're afraid of being seen. You might wear a t-shirt during sex to cover your belly, insist on keeping the lights off, dodge your partner's touch because you assume they're noticing every flaw. But here's the truth: your partner likely knows, even if they don't say it right. That body they're reaching for, it's the map of a life well lived. Those stretch marks, maybe they came from carrying your children. Those softer curves, they're proof you've loved, laughed, and survived decades of challenges. Try this instead. Practice skin-to-skin contact without sexual expectations, just relearning the pleasure of touch. Write down 3 things your body has done for you this week. Carried groceries, hugged a grandchild, etc. Ask your partner what they actually find attractive about your body now. Their answer might surprise you. Relationship rut, when comfort replaces spark. Let's talk about the elephant in the bedroom. After 20, 30, or 40 years together, relationships naturally settle into routine. And while there's deep beauty in that comfort, it can accidentally smother passion. Think about it. You know exactly how they'll react to that story you've told 100 times. Your nightly routine hasn't changed in a decade. You can predict their moves in the bedroom like a chess game. This familiarity isn't bad. It's just that our brains are wired to crave novelty for arousal. The same partner plus the same routine equals diminished sexual chemistry, even when love remains strong. Here's how to reignite the spark. Break the script. Try something completely new together. Dancing lessons, a weekend getaway, even rearranging the furniture. Create anticipation. Send a flirty text during the day. Yes, even after 30 years together. Rediscover eye contact. Spend 5 minutes just looking at each other without speaking. You'll be amazed at the connection. Now that we've explored body image and relationship ruts, you're seeing how many pieces make up this puzzle. But there's one more crucial factor we need to discuss, and it's often the most misunderstood of all. In the next part, we'll talk about the myth of spontaneous desire and how redefining what intimacy looks like after 50 can change everything. Because here's what I want you to remember. This isn't about fixing yourself. It's about understanding how desire evolves and learning to work with it, not against it. The desire shift. Why waiting for the mood is setting you up to fail. Remember when a glance across the room could set your heart racing? For most women in their 50s plus, that automatic ignition system starts working differently. What was once spontaneous now often needs warm-up time. And that's completely normal. Think of it like starting a car on a cold morning. At 30, your engine turned over immediately. At 50 plus, you might need to let it idle a while before hitting the road. Here's how to work with your body's new rhythm. Try the 15-minute rule. Commit to 15 minutes of physical connection without pressure for it to lead somewhere. Rediscover non-sexual touch. Holding hands, foot rubs, or brushing hair can rebuild your body's positive association. Upgrade your foreplay. What if foreplay actually starts at breakfast? A thoughtful text or shared chore can set the tone, bringing it all together. A new blueprint for intimacy. Let's reframe what intimacy success looks like after 50. Quality over frequency. One deeply connected encounter beats 3 rushed one. Expanded definition. Intimacy isn't just intercourse. It's laughter in the kitchen, quiet moments of understanding, permission to evolve. Your relationship has lasted decades because it grows. Let your physical connection grow. 2 final thoughts. Your next step. If you take just one thing from this video, let it be this. What you're experiencing isn't failure. It's transformation. Your relationship isn't broken. It's entering a new season. Here's your action plan. Pick one area we discussed: hormones, stress, body image, routines, or desire shift. Try one small change this week. Schedule a doctor's visit. Buy that silk robe you've been eyeing. Initiate a 5-minute conversation about this with your partner. Be patient. These changes accumulated over years. They'll take time to shift. Let's keep talking. This conversation is just beginning. In the comments, tell me, which of these factors resonated most with you? What's one small win you've had in this area? Don't forget to like and subscribe if this gave you a new perspective. And remember, the best intimacy of your life might not be behind you. It might be waiting just on the other side of this honest conversation. Here's to loving and being loved through every season of life. See you in the comments.